Palmer, and guys can't wait to get this one started. And the Hurricanes will put total weather to crank us up. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense takes the field for the first time today. And all eyes on this man as he takes the field. The defense knows they're going to try to throw him the football, and it probably won't matter, guys.
But the defense, Reese, will be locked in. He will see double coverage. They will know where he's at on every single snap, Jesse, or else you will get beat quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He's one of the few receivers in the country, guys, where his man coverage is open, his zone coverage is open, if his double coverage is open. They throw that guy to go.
Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
The Buckeyes get it past the sticks.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z. So these are big for the resume.
Going for it all. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
On this opening drive, the offense trying to be aggressive, attacking deep down the field. But they're going to have to do a better job of taking advantage of those one-on-one matchups because that time the defense won. They were able to hike with the football, creating the interception.
First down here for the offense. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. To the ground with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Anderson will throw. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that is how you silence this Rockets crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on third down.
And the Canes will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Paul, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this way.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He wants wants to pass it on second down. With the catch, it's Lamb. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. That pass not close as he got 12 trying to deliver it, and he'll bring up fourth down. And the Buckeyes line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, running back on the move. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Right, how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football, but the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys, and really was ready for the run on that play.
And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. Third and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
He gets a block. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored it.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they won't make the connection. Love to have that throw back, but at least he'll brag that he overthrew that dude.
my arm strength is elite. You see that? I can overthrow guys that can run like that. Yeah, that's probably not what's
Looking for the end zone. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Back to throw. It's Nolan. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Give to the back. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. He sees zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next count. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Quickly out to the tight end. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. And still some ground to cover to pick up up that first down. Looking to pass. It's Nolan. He's got it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down into 2.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job for him.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He had nowhere to go, no place to hide, and they'll knock him down for a loss of 9.
Now, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for that loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. You got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster on the offensive line.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Grab behind the line. It's Carr. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets away. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack tear.
The Canes decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. To the air. It's Nolan. Fires to the big fella. The Buckeyes pick up the first down.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism. He's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous. And the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a
going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Offense breaks the huddle on third down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Shoots it to the left. Got a wide open receiver. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Here's the handoff. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him one to the 14. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for a man. It's Nolan. Got his man quickly. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
They'll try to run for it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on third down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. Third and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert first downs. This offense has been so good on third downs.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now on second and goal. They're going to run it. Really nice stop there for this senior leader.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have the nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line finding creases.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on third and goal. He'll keep it on the sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
Third and goal situations, these are so hard as a defense, so little room to be able to give an inch at all, and you know when he goes under center, there's a good chance quarterback sneak's coming, and the offense does it and successfully gets the touchdown.
Good job. Good job. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you ain't now, please subscribe. Make my channel huge. Ohio Buckeyes. Trying to make a really good championship.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Illinois is ahead right now, but the school that produced the likes of Dick Butkus and Red Grange has some work to do before this is over. They're up by 10 over Penn State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put
Big hit, big hit.
drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops following and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running a screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start putting a lot of pressure.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Fast motion from the offense. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Gets it out quickly. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. The Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on third down? Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Anderson wants to throw. He's right on target. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. On third down, he drops the throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Fires into traffic, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return to the INT sets up the offense.
Run back.
Possession. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick six if you're on offense.
And the Buckeyes have it in scoring position on first and goal. He's looking to pass. And that one is picked up in the end zone. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Miami.
Oh, what was that?
Return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
Dude, you're just thinking, hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball.
A bad throw. Nobody there.
I'm taking this thing all the way back.
Here, Nolan, what are you doing?
The house. What a play.
Here, Nolan, what? Nobody there. What are you
He'll
throwing
try to
it?
tack on one more. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards, but did what they're supposed to do now. Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go through.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Back to throw, it's Nolan. Finds his tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job.
The guy ran backwards.
Get him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. No, he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job.
Quarterback checking off. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll close in on him after a good Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
They're bringing heat. And here's a fumble.
Good job.
On the line. Defense just
Way to get it back.
that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But that great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Let's see what this offense has done. Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to find his man on first down. Pulls it in. It's Lamb. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
And it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft. But
another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Bringing it back. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Canes.
And quarterbacks in zone coverage, they have to see it, and they have to manipulate defenders, and they don't. You could tell the middle linebacker reading his eyes the whole way, breaks on the football, and then turns into an offensive player and takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
We should be up like 20-something to nothing.
Pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play be.
Fires into traffic. It's picked up. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Hurricane. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he did the pick 6.
And these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach Mike Price put him out a wide receiver next week.
Nowhere near the receiver. What are y'all doing?
Defense, great job making the interception. You're right. Doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expected him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
All right, Sam. Come on, man. Gotta get it right.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Back to pass, it's Sayin. He'll off one deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Couldn't make the play on 1st down. They'll try it again. 2nd and 10 from the 27. Trying play action. Finds the tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a 1st down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. He's looking to throw it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Safe completion on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed. The Buckeyes will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head." Yo, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football ball. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll pull it down and run.
Come on, guys. Switch players.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. How nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a 1st down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Anderson will throw. Looking to the tight end. Fires into traffic. Intercepted.
Good job. Come on, get a score right here, guys.
After a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Used the play fake, now to throw. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. This one's complete. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Buckeyes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Looking to move it through the air.
Hold the ball.
Right down the middle, and it just scored it right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll just keep slinging it. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. separation, and it can really rattle an offense.
And they'll knock him down. Out is the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.
Take him out 4th and goal. Give me a touchdown.
On 4th and goal, no thought of the field goal. They'll go for the touchdown. Barrels ahead. Will not get there. A 4th-down stop.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Going to the running game. And they pick up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Anderson wants to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
And man, I tell you what, I just love his instincts. You can tell when the ball's being passed, he's seizing and he breaks on the football. That's why he's in the top 10 in interceptions this season. Just such a great feel in the passing game, and you got to be careful when you attack that.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And they knock him down, but he got past the line of the game.
I knew he looked like fucking
Plays like that with just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Trying to get to it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Getting some heat. It's caught downfield. Good pick up there as he gets the 1st down. They'll mark him at the 48. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. Anderson will throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd down, going up top. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to put points on the board before the half. One more snap coming before halftime. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. To the air on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. And that pass picked off. Got some room to run. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half.
You guys not blocking, man.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there in South Florida than you? A captivating start to this one. These two defenses have really been up to the task so far, and it's hard to ignore how each of these two secondaries have impacted things. They've stayed true to their assignments, covering each receiver like a blanket. And you know what else they've done? They've wrapped up and tackled. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Hard Rock Stadium.
Guys, we're beating ourselves. Stop it.
Got things teed up and just about ready to go here in the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
They'll go with a direct snap. And the Hurricanes will move the sticks.
And most importantly, they got it first. They've been getting pushed around up front this game and haven't created a lot of lanes to run the football, but you needed it. You needed that first down. You needed to get the sticks moving. You need to run some clock. So good job by the offense finding a little bit of space to get the first down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver peering down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
On the run, fires downfield. He's got an open man. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
He'll pull it on the read. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. No mid-season concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really cool job by the defense.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Fresno State is getting whooped today, and at some point, this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly, the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 21 to New Mexico. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He lobs one high down the left side. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense in press coverage. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, explode through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Goes to the option. He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defensive end understanding football, understanding that I got to keep outside contained. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And the Canes are rolling down the field. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
They get him down after he makes the catch.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Absolutely perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score. And Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you've got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and
difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Looking for a man. It's Sayed. He's got his man. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wide out there on the slant.
On second down, looking again to throw. Oh, so close to paying off the tip. Really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. We're lucky that one hit the ground.
Bully ball on third and short. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. And he can't escape, and down he goes. When you play backer at Miami, you got to bring some of that vintage Kane attitude.
The attitude, the physicality, the dislike for people. That's what you need at the linebacker spot. Miami's found a few of those guys over the years.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys. He's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. To throw, it's Sayed. Looking deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll bring it back. It's Washington. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Tom. They've done what they want in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. He'll come out throwing on first down. That's caught. It's LeBlanc.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to...
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's just excellent coverage. They cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. We still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it in the tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Anderson wants to throw. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
The RPO, it's complete. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time.
Getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Looking to throw on second down. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Another incompletion on third down. The Canes will bring the punt team onto the field.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game. And it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with every...
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
A first down for the offense. DB's right up on the receivers. Now they'll run it to the right here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this 3rd and short. They move the tight end all over. To the ground to try to move the chains. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. The Hurricanes will call on their punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Oh, that's one that can mess with your confidence. That is horrible. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
Man, I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Got his man downfield. He makes the stop at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they've got it in plus territory. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Fires toward the end zone. And that shot downfield falls incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Back to the air one more time. Catch in the middle. It's LeBlanc. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this, and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Sayed. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
The incompletion on 1st down. Now they face a 2nd and 10 from the 31. Motion from the offense. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. This time it's complete.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Buckeyes are in the red zone. Looking to go up top on first down. Finds his big tight end. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air. And this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're now down 31-17. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Boston College is in danger of getting demolished today. And while this is only one game, I think anyone who knows this will linger for some time. They're trailing by 21 to Virginia. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 after the 29.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough to point of attack.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Anderson will throw. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that is a big hit. And that's a hit that I'm going, listen, if I'm the OC, I'm the head coach, I don't want to take many of those. I want to run the RPOs, and I want to run my quarterback. But, Palmer, I got to understand the difference between the critical situations when I want him to take hits and the other times when I want him to take a slide.
Yeah, you got to live to play another day if you're this quarterback right now. You know this defense, their eyes are lighting up every time they see you take off and run. They know they're going to get those opportunities to try to put you down. You've got to slide. You've got to try to get out of bounds. You've got to really try to save yourself because this team needs you if they're going to win the game.
He'll throw it. Got the back over the middle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Got his man in the middle. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Grab behind the line. It's Carr. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball back quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
From the gun, the ground game. And a good, solid pickup there before.
Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. They'll try the run. How about that determined run inside the red zone? He's got 6. It's down to 12.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Anderson wants to throw. Fires into the end zone. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now.
We still got time. Great job by the defense doing the most important thing, getting the ball back to their offense. Now the offense has to answer the bell, but good job creating the turnover. Now the offense, your turn.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Lost one deep down the right side. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. That penalty moves the ball into the red zone. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Catch in the middle. It's LeBlanc.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Finds his big tight end. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella. I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the 1st down.
Makes the catch. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. That his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable.
Hi guys, we're back in this game.
Come on. Challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's got to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
And the extra point draws them closer. It's 31-24. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake will get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
This time he's got it. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throat?
And they got him for the sack.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. Anderson will throw. Lets it fly. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Hurricanes come to the line in the hurry up.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
And the Canes getting set on 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him 1 to the 14. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. They'll run the option. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is good! And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Nebraska is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Lincoln. One of the most special places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4 to Rutgers. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Going up top on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. And he's got it inside the 35. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Wants to throw on 1st down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Quick strike complete. And the Buckeyes get enough for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He caught it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. And they'll come to the line trying to take a slice out of this lead on 3rd and goal. Back to throw, it's Sayin. They've got the screen set up. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown. They got the touchdown they needed. Now trailing by a field goal, they'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field
Damn
most
it.
of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. Well, points weren't the issue, guys, but they couldn't string together enough stops to get the victory.
Yeah, good news, bad news scenario, I guess. Good news is you're going to score. This offense looks like they can be explosive and they can light up the scoreboard. Bad news, though, David, they've got a lot to clean up on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and welcome to college football nowadays, right? This is how it works. A ton of points. Defenses learn as you go, but you got to get better. You got to force some turnovers, create those negative plays. Just can't give up so many points.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.